Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for coming by the channel once again to see some more Captain Tsubasa Dream Team here with the compa Nako. Now I'm bringing you in this video an analysis of the Super Dream Festival units that have been announced. I already have all the stats and everything, so I might as well go over them now, and instead of waiting for them to be released. And because also I wanted to show you, in the previous video I mentioned that I wanted to do kind of give you some ideas as to some of the player cards that you should be looking out for in your inventory to see if you have them, because they might be useful. Some cards that we may have forgotten about or that were completely useless for a while. Like there's this one that's talked about a lot is Bobang because he comes with the auto intercept bond. But the same could be said, there's a Matsuyama from the previous anniversary that also has something similar. I'll show you one of my squads where I actually have 50% auto intercept for the entire team with 3 units combined. And I should be able to form a team with them as the bond and without having those specific units on the team. On the field. But you know, we'll go over some of those ideas. I want to show you also some options for possibly stopping both Misaki and Natureza. More Misaki than Natureza, but you know, we'll go over that. Are they strong? Yes. Are they OP? I don't think so. Shot wise, yeah, but it's just to compete or keep up with the current meta of goalkeepers. Other than that, they didn't go overboard with the pass and the dribble as well. I think at the moment when they had first released Pierre and Napoleon, they kind of overdid it a little bit there. But you know, it's not that drastic this time around, okay? So we'll get into that, but don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. We're almost at 1,000, everybody. Please, if you're coming down the channel and you're watching my content, you haven't considered subscribing, please help me out, yo. Let me hit that 1K and beyond, of course. But let's get to that 1K first. That's the goal right now. You don't have to ring the notification bell if you don't want to be notified every time I put up a video, but you can still help me out. Maybe you're thinking about, I haven't completed my one good deed of the day. Let me hook up Nako with a smile by hitting them up with a subscription. Boom, let's go. Bring me some of that happiness, y'all. Really? Please? Please? All right. But anyway, so then let's get to it. Hold on. I want to make sure I don't mess this up, all right? All right, so here we go. These are the 2 Super Dream Festival units that will be coming out shortly after the maintenance later today. That is Misaki, Natsori Machi, Misaki, and Natureza, as we can see. Here is, let's see. All right, so here's what the banner is gonna look like. There was mentioned, from what I read, it seems that the previous green club, Roberto, will be the one that will be featured alongside this Natureza. So I guess there's gonna be, the talk is that it's 5% to get Natureza. So I think both banners will be 10%, like Super Dream Collection was. So hopefully Super Dream Festival will be 10% instead of 5. But I think the rumor was that it's 10% to get Misaki and 5% to get Natureza. And the reason for that is that Misaki will be alone in his own banner, because there's 6 versions of him based on the uniforms. And for Natureza, well, there's only the one, and they're going to include Roberto. So the augmented or the rate up players is split between Natureza and Roberto. So choose wisely, I guess, depending on your team makeup or what it is that you want to do, because again, we just went over the bond stuff, so that might affect who you choose to pull for. But they also made it so that they're basically forcing you to both of them require another player to get the max out of them. Okay, now let me see. Hold on, let me move my face real quick. Hold up. All right, my bad, y'all, my bad. Okay, because I want to make sure that you guys can see everything here. Both of the players will come with the new TS, 3 or more of all 3 types of players. All stats plus 28%. All stats at 10% during full power football for the what is this again? Their ability. It's going to have the 6th anniversary Miracle Flying Drive Shot. Unfortunately, if you have seen the animation on through Facebook or to their YouTube channel or whatever, they didn't really add much to it. there wasn't much variation. So again, Natureza stays with pretty much the same exact overhead animation. And meanwhile they've given him like 3 or 4 different volley shots, but oh well, maybe that's just how it is in the manga. In the game, I wouldn't know, because the game, the story. All right, I never read fully through the manga. Okay, don't get mad at me for that. But so I'm not even aware if he has any other type of overhead shot. But anyway, increased momentum at 530, 475 is the stamina required. Miracle dribble 475. You see, he has a Brazilian Dream Duo, so that one and NRS. NRS is the strongest 1-2 that he has, and that requires both Raul and Santana. This one just requires Santana. But that's the thing, like let's say you don't have a Santana, and the best and only usable Santana right now, which is now not so much because of the current medical keepers. He is the Super Dream Festival one, right? The blue one. So would he be capable of scoring on Zeno Hernandez? I'm not sure. Maybe with the blowaway effect, there's always that chance. Since you'll be using Full Metal Phantom, and that's first. I'm talking about Santana. He's definitely not going to score on Genzo for sure. As far as this guy goes, the other 1-2 that he has available is with Tsubasa. But that one is not readily available to everybody. You basically have had to have been playing the game for some time now to have access to that, which is I think it's just the Dream Duo. And it's the AEX. I don't think that they've ever released an S version of that skill. Oh, I think the one that has it is the mythical card, huh? I think the mythical card is the only one that might have it, but I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah, otherwise, if you want a 1-2 to be able to get into the penalty area, because that's where you're going to have to shoot at Genzo, and you're going to have to shoot at him with the high flying ball. Maybe you could try with Full Metal Phantom, but unfortunately with Full Metal Phantom, you're going to still face the 5% debuff. I'm sorry, the 5% increase that Genzo will get because it's a ground shot. But at least you'll have the blowaway effect, so you never know. If Genzo selects catch, however, depending on what level you're playing at, I'm pretty sure if you're at S rank or SS rank, whatever the highest one is, most of them will have a Genzo with their highest punching skill at 510. I forget what's the name of it, but it's where you go whoop to the left, right? Fist of Glory. Most people are gonna have Fist of Glory, so they'll nullify this. And because Genzo is strong enough to be a puncher as well, and the fact that Natureza is blue, Natureza's best chance to score on Genzo will probably come at full power, and he'll need some assistance along the way, either like a pass from Michael or pass from DF Matsuyama, somebody that has some sort of hotline or something that will be able to boost up his either his momentum or his stats or something, because alone as he is right here, he is more likely to score on Zeno, and even then Zeno is more of a puncher than he is a catcher. So even Zeno Hernandez won't face his catch killer that much. So yes, he has really high stats, of course. His dribble is good. His pass is excellent. As you see here, though, there's some players, like I think even DC Napo and DC Pierre. No, more Napo than Pierre. A lot of the stronger units, they already have dribble and pass around these stats. Maybe slightly lower, right? So they didn't go crazy. The shot, they went crazy, but they needed something like that to be able to face up with Genzo. I get it. My Margus, DC Margus, the highest it reaches is like 15 and 16 in power. I probably reached these numbers, but that's after only taking the shot in the penalty area, and then I have the type effectiveness, and even then he doesn't always score on Genzo. So I don't think that Natureza is the Genzo killer that he should have been. Natureza probably should have been red and Misaki blue, but that's not what they did, and so oh well. Tackle he's good, intercept he's good, so he's capable of stealing the ball, and speed didn't go crazy, didn't make him super fast. Technique is good and power is great. So he's a strong unit. OP? Nah. Is he strong? Yeah, but again, you require assistance, because if you only have the dribble per se, and you don't have a 1-2, you're gonna make yourself one-dimensional, or it's gonna be hard for you to get Natureza to go move up forward. And his dribble and speed aren't so high, so OP the way they did it with the shot stat, to the point where you're gonna just with raw power, raw strength go past your opponent. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, there's the banner for Misaki, and here's Misaki. Misaki is better in dribble. I think Natureza was 14 and he was in pass 15. The shot roughly the same, power roughly the same, speed and technique roughly the same, tackle and intercept roughly the same. So Misaki is a little bit stronger overall. 51,791, 50,965, 42,394, and 43,218 for Misaki's physical. So overall strength, Misaki is stronger. However, Misaki, because it's his main special skill, to get the best out of him is you're going to need Yes or Yes, Tsubasa, and what's his face, Hyuga. Now people are talking about, well, I don't have a good Hyuga, Nako. I don't have a good Hyuga. Well, I'm gonna show you maybe some surprises that you can use, or at least something to get you by. Maybe do some damage, or even just to use them to take a shot whenever it's whatever. But there's at least one unit that I have in mind that I might use if I get this Misaki. I think he's the one I'm gonna pull for. I feel like I need a good Misaki on my team. The DC one didn't come to me, so I think he's the one I'm gonna pull for on my main. Okay, so right here, same thing, the same TS at 28%. This one's interesting. He gets a brand new passive ability right here. Insight. If an opponent's auto intercept enhance is activated when using a pass special skill, there's 80% chance of it being nullified. So he has the opportunity here. Only when you use a pass special skill, not when you use a regular pass. A pass special skill, 80% chance of taking away the ability to use what's it called? Auto intercept. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty cool. So he's fantastic as a playmaker, and I think he's gonna be very good at scoring on Genzo. Of course, here, most often, he's gonna have the high ball. A lot of people that use this Misaki most likely will have him with the Skywing Alpha. I don't know how many. I forget how we get our hands on a Volley S skill. I remember at one point they only had one through pay. You had to pay for the skill. So if there's anybody that did that, you'll have a huge advantage here, having an S volley available for your Misaki. I don't remember, was it the double diving header that they made an S version of? Or was it just like the volley or whatever? Anyway, yeah, because if that's the only way to get an S volley for Misaki, then, you know, anybody who paid for it has the advantage, of course. And it'll be a lot easier for you to score than having to rely on this shot. Okay, because then even then with the volley, you have very good, and that's the way that you beat Genzo, basically, with volleys and high balls. That's why you're gonna see people that are gonna have them with the Skywing Alpha. But there are gonna be a couple of player cards that I feel are going to threaten this Misaki in his opportunities to score or take his shot and make his shot go through to Genzo. There are two units that I feel right now have the best chance of stopping him, and I will show you. Okay, we'll get into that. Give me a second. Okay, so his is also super easy to activate. 2 or more Japanese players, all pairs plus 6. Oh, you know what? I didn't pay attention to Naturezas. 2 or more non-Japanese players. Okay, perfect. You see, you don't even need to worry about colors or anything like that, so that's cool. Plus 6%, distance plus 50% when you 1-2 is successful. Okay, you have the Golden Duel. Stats plus 5% when in the vital areas of both sides. So that'll give him a slight boost in either setting up a play or getting himself into the penalty area. And then the fact that he has skill block cancel is excellent for him to be a playmaker and possible shot scorer. Okay. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right. So there we go for Misaki. Now stick around. Don't leave yet because I want to show you a few player cards that you'll be surprised could be, possibly. Aside from the fact that we have, what's his face, Gentil, as the strongest one right now, Ishisaki is not the one, even though he's a blue defender. And, well, let me show you, okay? So, don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's get started. Let's go check out some of these players that I was talking to you about that might be possible counters to this Misaki that's going to be pretty dangerous. Let me show you what we got going on. Okay. Now this was set up by autoplay. I mean by auto pick. As you see here right now, I only have 50% bond. And of course I don't have Ishisaki's, right? But now with the way that things are going to play out, as you see, the game went ahead and totally set it up for me on its own, right? When you did auto pick. And I have this Orimachi right here on the bench. So when the new system updates, what's going to happen is that here and here, with Orimachi being on the bench, that's going to qualify for Ishisaki's bond. That's assuming that I pick Ishisaki's bond. And I would want to pick Ishisaki's bond because one, this one is going to become a bond effect. So I will get from Ishisaki 4% shield and 5% buff. Okay, so this team is already preset for me just by doing auto pick, like I mentioned, right? Same thing. So you know, there's gonna be a variety of ways for you to toy with and actually create your dream team. Okay, it's gonna be pretty awesome. I think this is really going to bring new life to the game. I think it's gonna bring, I think they said they're gonna make some changes to RNG as well, where the game detects that if a lot of RNG has been falling against you, that the game will automatically flip it so that the next RNG situation falls in your favor. So it's possible that maybe all the bounces have not been going your way. 3 of them in a row, you've lost the ball over something that you shouldn't have lost it or whatever. The game might recognize that, and on your next one, whatever, you should have like increased chance, or you should automatically win a matchup, something like that. So they're trying to find ways to balance it out. You know, that's what I could have sworn that I saw and heard on the direct, okay, on the K-Lab direct for the game. So let me show you. There's going to be more of a Misaki killer than possibly Natureza. But the thing too is Natureza is blue. So the type advantage only favors them against Misaki. And now you're probably looking at these guys and you're telling me, are you kidding me? Well, no. Because look at this guy, okay? Let's look at this guy. Okay, so like I mentioned, a lot of people are going to have him with the Skywing Alpha. You already have the color advantage. The Skywing Alpha right here, he'll boost himself 15%. And if they're gonna go with Skywing Alpha, you're almost guaranteed that you know they're gonna go with that, and most likely you're gonna go with the block, and so more than likely you're gonna get the 30% increase here. So 30% plus 15, you're gonna get a 45% increase to your block stat and your power stat and all of that. That should help you out. So 45% increase is almost a 50% increase here, right? Almost. Just to calculate it right here in La Cabeza real quick, all right? So 14K, almost 50% based on that is almost like 7,000, 7,200 más bien, because it's almost at 14.4, right? The average. So 7,200-ish. Oh, but it's 45%. So let's say 7,200, okay, maybe closer to 7,000, maybe a little bit less, but let's assume about 7,000 increase. Then your block here from 14K and your power as well will both jump up to like about 21. On top of that, the type advantage. On top of that, this guy is high ball. He's very good. So he has a lot of things going for him that could bring him up to the levels of Misaki to stop him, because Misaki is not very good on high balls. He's just normal. He's very good with low balls. So again, if there's anybody that has a low baller Misaki with the S volley, that's gonna be the unstoppable. I think unstoppable, because this guy will not get that boost. He'll get the 30% boost from Insight Master. Yeah, I don't know that 30% will be enough to bring up his stats right here. Now, if they're foolish enough to try and shoot at you with the 6th anniversary shot, well, you get yourself a 30% boost here. on top of the Insight Master. So you're going to get a 60% boost. And there, the only thing is that the bullet block right here is a little, well, in momentum wise is a little weakish. So you're going to need, I don't think from the skill points, and I haven't gone over how these work, my bad, I haven't made a video, but there's this one. So you're probably gonna need and hope or use one of your selectable SSR tickets. One of your selectable SSR tickets that are given at the end of the month based on the premium ranking that you use for Dream Balls, where you get a ticket or two or whatever, and you actually get to select not from 10 players, but select from any of the players that are included in the transfer for what you need. Again, either for boundary break or for skills. Well, now for ability limit release or for skills. This is a skill you're probably going to want to maximize his effectiveness against Misaki. 480 block, of course, is going to be a lot more effective than what he has right now at 465. So, again, it'll with Insight Master and High Ball Advantage, he'll boost up to like about 21 in stats. And then the increase from the from the color advantage and the increase from the very good at High Ball. So he'll have, I think, a very good chance of stopping Misaki, both in ground shots and both in in floor shots. And the good thing too is that with this guy, they made him decent enough in tackle, intercept, speed, and technique as well, so that if you get an Insight Master boost as your only boost against him trying to go 1-2 or dribble you, I think you should have an opportunity to stop him. Plus you get that extra 1% right here. Why not? You know? I think so. Even more so. This one, remember, this one's given to us for free, guys. This one's freezies up to BB4. All you need are your 4 Tamatsus now. But you can easily get them to BB8. And now with the bond system, you don't have to worry about this. You don't need 3 or more agility type Japanese players. You could just put them in your team. Select your appropriate bonds and boom, you got yourself a very solid possible Misaki stopper right here. Okay? And why this guy? Well, why this guy over the what's it called? The DC one. See, the thing with the DC one, he's pretty cool. Also, you'll get that 25% boost against Misaki. And if he beats you, then his shot special skill 4s will go down as well. I don't think that Misaki does have special skill block cancel, so this isn't going to do anything to him. And this is not going to do anything to stop Misaki, but you know, if you win, this activates. If you lose, this activates. So, you know, and he's automatically boosted 25. That's cool and everything, and he's pretty good in his stats. However, I still have a preference for this guy. Let me show you. Now the question with me was if I wanted to play a buff player, a buff team. Well, I'm inserting this guy here, you know, even though, but the debuff here is nice at 4%, and the buff that you get at 2.5 is not bad. There's a lot of other cards that only give you like 1.5 or 2% in exchange for the 4% and debuff. Okay, but now this guy right here, I mentioned it in another video where I felt that the upcoming Genzo killer was gonna be a red Japanese player. So I felt that this 30% increase right here is gonna be very useful. So just like Owairan, the difference is between the DC one and this one is that the DC one will get the 25% boost against both Misaki and Natureza. Okay. However, you cannot sleep on this Insight Master being at 50%. That's a huge jump. So right here, even though I'm at 13, right, and 12 for tackle, or like let's say, especially against Misaki. So we have 14 and 14 right there. So half is against 7K. So that's gonna bring us up to 21% or whatever. I'm sorry, 21K, and that's just with the Insight Master boost. So 21K against both Natureza and against Misaki is not bad, especially against Misaki. You get the color advantage, not so much against Natureza. But the 50% increase might be enough to stop Natu. Might. Or at least have some RNG in your favor where you might stop him. But you're going to need this aerial block. You're going to need this aerial block. That comes from a card, but I think you could actually teach it to him through the skill points. So you don't have to worry about not having the card. Oh, no, you do need the card. Only the cross block is through here. Yeah, you need the card. You need the card. This card right here. Okay. But, like I said, you can't really sleep on this card right here. That 50% boost. And then against Misaki, well, you'll be getting 80% boost if you guess correctly. Okay, so I think he's worth it. And he has auto black and auto intercept, which the DC does not have. So that is useful as well. Okay. This one, the Natureza, I think Natureza had a skill block cancel as well, if I recall correctly. So that's not really going to do much. But, you know, if they choose to shoot within the outside of the penalty area, well, it's not going to affect Genzo too much. So you know that most of the shots and everything that you're going to face are going to be inside the penalty area. Okay. Now, these guys, this one I just put them on here to show off because I pulled them out of the free transfer daily. A little late, I know, but you know, it's cute to have them finally. This one is interesting to me because I have not given him the stat breaking yet, right? He has 14k, 12k tackle right here. The block not so much, but the technique is at 11k, whatnot. But he has a protection against Misaki and protection against Natureza. 100% stats increase. Now, and he has auto intercept. Now, the thing with that is that I remember when this card was first released, his intercept was so powerful, and especially against volleys or high ball or whatever, his intercept skills were enough to block shots. His intercept skill was enough to block shots in the penalty area that were aerial shots. Okay, so I don't know if he's still capable of it right here. Again, I haven't given him the stat breaking, so his intercept will go up by another 1200 here. This would go up by 24, so intercept would be at 1215.4, and then the other one 24, so it'll be 13.6, right? And then if that increases by 100, then if you face an aerial shot, he would have an intercept stat. I said 15.4, so he'll be at 30,800. And technique would be 13.6, so he would be at 27,200. So he goes up a lot. Now, let's say if you choose to use block instead of intercept, he still goes up quite a lot. He goes up from 11,518. Okay, so you'll go up by 1,200. So it'll be 12,700. 12,700 will bring him up to 25,400 in block. I don't know if that's enough, is it? Because Misaki is at 21,000. Then when you increase Misaki, he'll be at about 25,000. And this guy will have color advantage, so maybe. With the power, he'll be at 2,400. So that's 11,800. 11,800. So then you'll be at 23,600. I don't know that that's enough with a blocking skill. You would need a blocking skill, but I don't know. Does he have a stronger intercept than this? I don't remember. And I have a few of these cards because 440 might not be enough, but I could have sworn that he has something that's a little bit higher. So I'm interested in knowing, because remember now, the new system, it doesn't matter that this card right here does not have any bond up, bond down, bond shield, none of that. It doesn't matter. The stats right here are strong enough where if you're lacking somewhere, you can insert this card into your team. For now, at least, and this is for free. For free, because all you had to do is farm the event, so you could do this for free. Cards that are now usable that were otherwise worthless. Because I saw this and I thought, oh, that's nice that they increase the stats, but then what? How is the bond stuff gonna work? And now that we know how it's gonna work, a lot of these cards and the game itself are brought to life in ways that they wouldn't have otherwise. And not only that, but the TS has made things a lot easier too. So you have multiple ways of truly creating your dream team. Granted, the only way you really are going to get your dream team is if you get all the cards that you want. Obviously. But the closest that you can get is work with what you have. And of course, see what you can do. Okay? This video's gone on a little bit longer than I thought, so I'm gonna end it there because I did the analysis and everything. I'll make a separate video then showcasing some of the cards to look out for, to keep an eye out for in your inventory. So I'll make that separately. Okay, so that just look through what you have. There's in some cases where I was like, some SSR cards that I had not previously leveled up. I leveled them up, and then I saw what they had as their bond effects. I was like, okay, duh. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff to look through, a lot of stuff to shuffle through, but it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I hope they implement it after this maintenance period, but I don't know if they will. I hope they do, but we'll see. Okay, so before you go, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about these potential Misaki stoppers? Potential Natureza stoppers. I see them more as Misaki stoppers than Natureza stoppers. You have Misugi for that. I think Misugi should probably be capable of stopping Natureza, but we'll see, I guess. Anyway, as always, please, let's practice kindness. Let's be respectful. Let's be safe. Let's be courteous. Let's show compassion. Take care of yourselves and each other with much love. Everybody, love, and peace. To the next one. To the next one. To the next one. Don't forget to go dance, everybody. Live it up. Live it up.